Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, the election of Mr. Trump has left many environmental campaigners fearful for the future. He's called global warming a hoax and said he'd cancel the Paris Climate Agreement within 100 days of taking office. Some delegates heading for Morocco for tomorrow's annual climate conference, COP22, say his presidency would be the worst thing at the worst time for the planet. Here's our science editor, Tom Clark.
On the stump, Donald Trump made it clear he doesn't care about climate change or its causes.
We have 3 times more coal than Russia. We're going to cancel the Paris Climate Agreement.
I think it's a big scam for a lot of people to make a lot of money.
So much for the talk, but will it translate into action? Mr. Trump's campaign wasn't bankrolled by the fossil fuel industry, but it's his rumoured choices for cabinet that have environmentalists worried. They include multi-billionaire oil man Harold Hamm, instrumental in opening up the Bakken Shale here in North Dakota to fracking. Climate denier Sarah Palin is tipped for a post. So too is the bête noire of the Green movement, Myron Ebell, for director of the US Environmental Protection Agency. Here he is in 2009, putting the boot into a prominent US climate scientist.
They are cooking the data, and cooking is a technical word meaning manipulating and falsifying the data. They have been doing this.
So what does that scientist think now?
My reaction is with regard to the planet and the whole issue of science and climate change, that this is an unmitigated disaster looming before us because of the statements that Trump and his colleagues have made.
The US signed up to the Paris Climate Agreement. It's working this week at the Marrakesh climate talks to put it into action. But that agreement and most other US climate commitments have been made by executive order, meaning much of them can be reversed by an incoming president. It's enough to make the most hardened environmentalists weep. In the same year that greenhouse gas levels in the atmosphere reach a point where they haven't been for more than 3 million years, the same year which is likely to be the warmest ever recorded, the United States elects a president who thinks climate change is a hoax. But in reality, how much difference can a Donald Trump presidency mean for action on climate change? For starters, a President Trump won't have total control of America's carbon emissions. States have their own policies on energy and fuel efficiency. A pro-business president is unlikely to dismiss renewable energy if it can generate wealth for America. But most importantly, as Secretary of State John Kerry warned him today, the rest of the world gets it, even if Mr. Trump doesn't.
The evidence is mounting in ways that people in public life should not dare to avoid accepting as a mandate for action.
If Donald Trump does ignore it and leads America back to the coal age, it will certainly hurt progress on climate change, but it could also isolate the US from a growing low-carbon world economy. Something for him to ponder between now and January.
Tom Clark reports.